First contact. In the depths of the Andromeda Galaxy, the Zorgan Empire reigned supreme. Their advanced technology and vast knowledge had allowed them to conquer countless worlds, assimilating lesser species into their collective. But as their civilization reached the pinnacle of its power, stagnation began to set in. The Zorgan High Council convened to discuss a peculiar discovery, a primitive race called humans from a distant planet called Earth. Warlord Zorax, the council's leader, studied the data with glowing red eyes. "They are an unremarkable species," he remarked dismissively, "barely capable of interstellar travel." But Science Minister Zyloff disagreed. "Their rate of technological advancement is astonishing," he countered, displaying holographic projections of human progress. "In mere centuries, they have gone from horse-drawn carriages to nuclear power and spaceflight. Their potential is immense." The council debated for cycles, weighing the risks and benefits of engaging with humanity. Some feared the humans' unpredictability, arguing that their chaotic nature could disrupt the Zorgans' orderly existence. Others saw an opportunity to harness human ingenuity for their own gain. In the end, Zorax made the decision. "We will initiate first contact," he declared, his voice resonating through the chamber. "We will offer them the gift of our technology and establish ourselves as their benevolent superiors. In time, we will unlock the secrets of their creativity and make it our own." The council agreed, and preparations began for the historic mission to Earth. The Zorgans, in their arrogance, believed they could control and manipulate humanity to serve their interests. They couldn't have been more wrong. On Earth, the arrival of the Zorgan delegation was met with a mixture of awe and trepidation. World leaders gathered to welcome the alien visitors, marveling at their sleek, biomechanical ships that defied conventional physics. Ambassador Zyloff, an imposing figure with shimmering silver skin, stepped forward to address the human representatives. "People of Earth," he began, his voice translated through advanced linguistic algorithms, "we come in peace, seeking friendship and cooperation between our civilizations." The humans, eager to learn from the Zorgans' advanced technology, embraced the opportunity for cultural exchange. Zorgan research centers were established in major cities worldwide, ostensibly to foster collaboration and share knowledge. But not everyone trusted the aliens' motives. Dr. Lena Sorensen, a brilliant xenobiologist, watched the proceedings with growing unease. She had spent years studying the few fragments of alien technology that had fallen to Earth, and something about the Zorgans' behavior didn't add up. As the weeks turned into months, and the Zorgans' influence grew, Dr. Sorensen's suspicions only deepened. She knew she had to find out the truth behind the aliens' true intentions, no matter the cost. The fate of humanity hung in the balance. Little did the Zorgans know that by choosing to engage with Earth, they had set in motion a chain of events that would lead to their own downfall. For in their quest to control and exploit human potential, they had underestimated the very qualities that made humanity such a formidable force: resilience, adaptability, and an unbreakable spirit. The exchange begins. The Zorgan Cultural Exchange Program was in full swing, with thousands of human scientists, engineers, and artists flocking to the aliens' research centers. The promise of access to advanced technology and the chance to learn from a superior civilization was too enticing to resist. At the Zorgan Prime Research Facility in Geneva, Switzerland, Dr. Lena Sorensen found herself working alongside the alien scientists. Her expertise in xenobiology had earned her a place in the prestigious program, but her true motive was to uncover the Zorgans' hidden agenda. As she delved deeper into their research, Lena discovered a disturbing pattern. The Zorgans seemed particularly interested in studying human creativity and innovation, going far beyond mere scientific curiosity. They were mapping neural pathways, analyzing cognitive processes, and even conducting invasive brain scans on unsuspecting human subjects. Lena confided her suspicions to her colleague, Dr. Ethan Reeves, a brilliant physicist who had been working on reverse engineering Zorgan technology. "They're not just here to learn from us," she whispered urgently, glancing over her shoulder to ensure they weren't overheard. "They're trying to deconstruct how we think, how we create. It's like they're searching for the key to unlock our potential." Ethan frowned, his brow furrowed in concentration. "But why? They're already centuries ahead of us in terms of technology. What could they possibly gain from studying our minds?" "I don't know," Lena admitted. "But whatever it is, it can't be good. We need to find out more." As Lena and Ethan dug deeper, they uncovered a chilling truth. The Zorgans were not only studying human creativity, but were actively attempting to replicate it. They had developed advanced algorithms designed to mimic human thought patterns, and they were using the data gathered from the research centers to perfect their models. Meanwhile, at the Zorgan embassy in Washington, D.C., Ambassador Zyloth met with his inner circle of advisors. "The humans are progressing faster than we anticipated," he remarked, his silver skin shimmering under the artificial light. "Their ability to innovate and adapt is remarkable." Warlord Zorax, who had accompanied Zyloth on the mission, growled impatiently. "We should accelerate our plans," he urged, his red eyes glinting with malice. "The longer we wait, the greater the risk of the humans discovering our true intentions." Zyloth held up a hand, silencing the warlord. "Patience, Zorax. We must proceed carefully. The humans are not as easily controlled as the other species we have encountered. We must gain their trust before we can fully exploit their potential." But even as the Zorgans plotted and schemed, some humans were beginning to question the aliens' motives. Whispers of conspiracy theories and government cover-ups began to circulate, fueled by a growing sense of unease and suspicion. In the shadowy halls of power, a covert human intelligence operation was being set in motion. Agents from across the globe were being assembled, tasked with infiltrating the Zorgan research centers and uncovering the truth behind the aliens' actions. As tensions mounted and the stakes grew higher, Lena and Ethan found themselves at the center of a dangerous game. They knew they had to act fast, to expose the Zorgans' true nature before it was too late. But the Zorgans were not blind to the growing resistance. They had their own plans in motion, and they were willing to do whatever it took to maintain their grip on human creativity. The stage was set for a confrontation that would determine the fate of both civilizations and the future of the galaxy itself. A dangerous game. Deep within the Zorgan Prime research facility, Lena and Ethan worked tirelessly to gather evidence of the aliens' nefarious activities. They had managed to hack into the facility's central database, and what they found confirmed their worst fears. The Zorgans were not only studying human creativity, but were actively harvesting it. They had developed a technology that allowed them to extract neural patterns directly from human brains, essentially copying the very essence of human ingenuity. "This is worse than we thought," Ethan whispered, his eyes wide with horror as he scrolled through the stolen data. "They're not just trying to replicate our creativity. They're stealing it." Lena felt a chill run down her spine. "We have to stop them," she said, her voice trembling with a mixture of fear and determination. "We can't let them get away with this." But even as they plotted their next move, the Zorgans were closing in. Zorax, the warlord, had grown suspicious of Lena and Ethan's activities, and he had ordered his agents to monitor their every move. In a dimly lit room deep within the research facility, Zorax confronted Ambassador Zyloth. "The humans are onto us," he snarled, his red eyes blazing with anger. "We must act now, before they expose our plans to the world." Zyloth remained calm, his silver skin reflecting the room's eerie glow. "We cannot afford to be reckless, Zorax," he cautioned. "If we move too quickly, we risk losing everything we have worked for." But Zorax would not be swayed. "I will not let a bunch of primitive apes jeopardize our mission," he growled, his biomechanical arm whirring menacingly. "I will deal with this myself." As Lena and Ethan made their escape from the research facility, they found themselves pursued by Zorgan agents. A high-speed chase ensued through the winding streets of Geneva, with the humans narrowly evading capture at every turn. In the end, it was Ethan's quick thinking that saved them. Using a makeshift EMP device, he had constructed from stolen Zorgon technology. He managed to disable their pursuers' vehicles, allowing them to slip away into the night. But their respite was short-lived. Back in Washington, D.C., the covert human intelligence operation had made a startling discovery. The Zorgons had infiltrated the highest levels of government, using their advanced technology to manipulate world leaders and steer the course of human history. Agent Jack Novak, the leader of the operation, knew that time was running out. "We have to act fast," he told his team, his jaw set with grim determination. "If we don't stop the Zorgons now, they'll have total control over humanity within a matter of weeks." As Lena and Ethan made their way back to the United States, they found themselves drawn into a web of intrigue and danger. They joined forces with Agent Novak and his team, sharing their knowledge of Zorgon technology and their discovery of the aliens' true intentions. Together, they hatched a plan to expose the Zorgons' deception and rally humanity against the alien threat. But they knew that they were up against a formidable foe, one that would stop at nothing to achieve its goals. As the world teetered on the brink of disaster, Lena, Ethan, and their allies prepared for the fight of their lives. They knew that the fate of humanity rested on their shoulders, and they were determined to prevail, no matter the cost. But even as they steeled themselves for the battles to come, they couldn't shake the feeling that they were merely pawns in a much larger game, one that had been set in motion long before they were born. The Zorgons had underestimated human ingenuity, but they had also underestimated the depths of human courage and resilience. The stage was set for a confrontation that would shake the very foundations of the galaxy, and the outcome was far from certain. But one thing was clear: the humans would not go down without a fight, and they would do whatever it took to protect their world and their way of life. The tipping point. As tensions between humans and Zorgons reached a boiling point, a series of shocking events brought the conflict to a head. In a daring raid on a secret Zorgon research facility, Agent Novak and his team uncovered the full extent of the aliens' neural mapping and extraction program. The evidence was undeniable. The Zorgons had been systematically harvesting human creativity on a massive scale, using the stolen neural patterns to enhance their own technology and advance their empire. But the raid did not go unnoticed. Zorax, enraged by the humans' audacity, demanded that Earth's leaders surrender all control to the Zorgon Empire or face the consequences. In a tense standoff broadcast live across the globe, Ambassador Zyloth delivered the ultimatum. "People of Earth," he declared, his silver face looming on screens worldwide, "you have two choices: submit to our rule and reap the benefits of our superior technology, or resist and face the full might of the Zorgon Empire." The world held its breath, waiting for the response. In the White House Situation Room, President Amanda Carlyle conferred with her top advisors, including Lena and Ethan, who had become key members of the resistance. "We cannot give in to their demands," Lena urged, her voice filled with conviction. "If we surrender our freedom, our creativity, we lose everything that makes us human." President Carlyle nodded grimly, her eyes hardened with resolve. "We will not bow to alien tyranny," she declared. "We will fight for our right to determine our own destiny." As the president delivered her response, rejecting the Zorgons' ultimatum, the aliens' true colors were revealed. In a show of force, Zorgon warships descended from the skies, taking up positions over major cities worldwide. Panic gripped the globe as the alien vessels cast ominous shadows over the terrified populace. But even in the face of overwhelming odds, humanity refused to surrender. In secret underground bases, human scientists and engineers worked feverishly to reverse engineer Zorgon technology, developing weapons and defenses that could stand against the aliens' superior might. Lena and Ethan found themselves at the forefront of this effort, their knowledge of Zorgon science proving invaluable. They worked tirelessly, pushing themselves to the brink of exhaustion, knowing that every moment counted. As the days turned into weeks and the Zorgon threat loomed ever larger, humanity's resistance began to take shape. In clandestine meetings and encrypted communications, a global network of freedom fighters emerged, united in their determination to resist the alien invaders. But the Zorgans were not idle. They continued to press their advantage, using their advanced technology to sow chaos and discord among the human population. They infiltrated communications networks, spread disinformation, and even resorted to outright sabotage to weaken humanity's resolve. In a desperate bid to buy more time, President Carlyle authorized a series of covert strikes against key Zorgan targets, hoping to disrupt their operations and slow their advance. Agent Novak led a daring mission to infiltrate a Zorgan command ship, planting explosives and gathering critical intelligence. The resulting explosion lit up the night sky, a signal to the world that humanity would not go quietly into the night. But even as the resistance grew stronger, the Zorgans' power seemed insurmountable. They continued to tighten their grip on Earth, and many began to lose hope. In a dimly lit bunker deep beneath the Rocky Mountains, Lena and Ethan pored over the latest intelligence reports, their faces lined with exhaustion and worry. "We're running out of time," Ethan said, his voice heavy with fatigue. "The Zorgans are closing in, and we're no closer to finding a way to stop them." Lena looked up, her eyes blazing with determination. "We can't give up," she said, her voice trembling with emotion. "We have to keep fighting, no matter what. The future of our species depends on it." As the world held its breath, waiting for the final confrontation, a glimmer of hope emerged from an unlikely source. Deep in the heart of the resistance, a team of brilliant minds had been working on a secret project, one that could finally turn the tide of the war. It was a gamble, a last-ditch effort born of desperation and genius. But if it worked, it could change everything and give humanity a fighting chance against the Zorgan Empire. The stage was set for a battle that would determine the fate of not just Earth, but the entire galaxy. And as Lena and Ethan prepared to take their place on the front lines, they knew that they were fighting not just for themselves, but for the future of all humanity. Defiance and innovation. In a top-secret facility hidden deep beneath the surface of the Earth, a group of the world's most brilliant scientists and engineers gathered to work on a project that could change the course of the war. Led by Dr. Soren Eriksson, a maverick physicist with a penchant for unconventional thinking, the team had been tasked with developing a weapon that could stand against the might of the Zorgan Empire. "We can't beat them with sheer force," Eriksson explained, his eyes gleaming with excitement, "but we can outsmart them. We can use their own technology against them." The plan was audacious, bordering on the impossible. Eriksson proposed to create a fleet of ships that combined human ingenuity with reverse-engineered Zorgan technology, creating a hybrid force that could match the aliens' capabilities. But time was running out. The Zorgans had issued their final warning, threatening to unleash the full might of their empire upon Earth if humanity did not submit to their rule within 72 hours. In a desperate race against the clock, Eriksson and his team worked around the clock, pushing themselves to the brink of exhaustion. They were fueled by a sense of purpose, a knowledge that the fate of their species rested on their shoulders. Lena and Ethan joined the effort, lending their expertise in Zorgan technology to the cause. Together, they worked to crack the secrets of the aliens' advanced propulsion systems, their energy weapons, and their neural interface technology. It was a daunting task, but they refused to give up. They knew that every second counted, and here is the continuation of Part 5 and the final Part 6 of the story. That failure was not an option. As the hours ticked by, and the deadline loomed ever closer, they pushed themselves to the very limits of their abilities. In the skies above Earth, the Zorgan fleet grew restless. Zorax paced the bridge of his flagship, his biomechanical hands clenched into fists. "They are testing our patience," he growled, his red eyes fixed on the planet below. "We should strike now, while they are weak." But Ambassador Zyloth counseled restraint. "We must give them the opportunity to surrender," he said, his silver face impassive. "It is the way of the Zorgan Empire. We do not attack without provocation." On the ground, humanity prepared for the worst. Cities were evacuated, and defensive positions were established. The resistance worked to coordinate a global response, knowing that their only hope lay in unity. And then, with just hours to spare, Erickson and his team emerged from their underground lair. They had done it. They had created a fleet of ships unlike anything the world had ever seen, vessels that combined the best of human and Zorgan technology. The ships were sleek and powerful, their hulls shimmering with advanced alloys that could withstand the rigors of space combat. They were equipped with weapons that could punch through Zorgan shields and engines that could outmaneuver the aliens' fastest fighters. As the news spread, a sense of hope began to build. For the first time since the invasion began, humanity had a chance. They had a weapon that could stand against the might of the Zorgan Empire. In a global broadcast, President Carlisle addressed the world. "People of Earth," she said, her voice ringing with conviction, "we stand on the brink of our greatest challenge. The Zorgans have threatened our very existence, but we will not bow to their demands. We will fight for our freedom, for our future, and for the right to determine our own destiny." As the deadline passed, and the Zorgan fleet moved to attack, humanity's hybrid ships rose to meet them. In a dazzling display of courage and skill, human pilots engaged the aliens in a fierce battle above the Earth's atmosphere. The Zorgans were taken by surprise, their advanced technology suddenly matched by the ingenuity and determination of their human adversaries. The two fleets clashed in a spectacular display of firepower and maneuverability, lighting up the sky with the glow of energy weapons and the trails of missiles. On the ground, Lena and Ethan watched the battle unfold, their hearts racing with a mixture of fear and exhilaration. They knew that the fate of their world hung in the balance, and that everything they had worked for had led to this moment. In the end, it was the resilience and adaptability of the human spirit that carried the day. Against all odds, the hybrid fleet held its own, matching the Zorgans blow for blow. And as the battle raged on, it became clear that the aliens had underestimated the strength and determination of their human adversaries. The fall of arrogance. As the battle raged in the skies above Earth, the Zorgan fleet found itself increasingly outmatched by the ingenuity and firepower of humanity's hybrid ships. The aliens' advanced technology, once thought to be insurmountable, was being countered at every turn by the creativity and resourcefulness of human engineers and pilots. On the bridge of his flagship, Zorax watched in disbelief as his ships were picked off one by one, their shields failing and their hulls buckling under the onslaught of human weapons. "This is impossible," he snarled, his biomechanical hands clenching the arms of his command chair. "We are the Zorgan Empire. We cannot be defeated by these primitives." But even as he spoke, a barrage of missiles slammed into his ship, sending shockwaves through the vessel's structure. Alarms blared and consoles sparked, and Zorax was thrown from his chair, his body slamming against the bulkhead. In the chaos that followed, Ambassador Zyloth emerged from the smoke, his silver face etched with grim determination. "It is over, Zorax," he said, his voice calm and steady. "We have been outmatched. The humans have proven themselves to be more than a match for our technology and our arrogance." Zorax struggled to his feet, his red eyes burning with rage. "No," he roared, his voice cracking with fury. "I will not be defeated by these apes. I will destroy them all, even if it means the end of the Zorgan Empire." But Zyloth stood firm, his gaze unwavering. "You are blinded by your own pride, Zorax," he said, his voice tinged with sadness. "You have led us down a path of destruction, and now we must face the consequences of our actions." As the battle raged on, the Zorgan fleet began to falter, their ships falling one by one to the relentless assault of humanity's hybrid fleet. And as the last of the alien vessels exploded in a brilliant flash of light, a cheer went up from the human pilots, their voices ringing out in triumph and relief. On the ground, Lena and Ethan watched in awe as the sky lit up with the glow of the exploding Zorgan ships. They knew that they had been a part of something incredible, something that would be remembered for generations to come. In the aftermath of the battle, the Zorgan leaders were brought before a tribunal of human and alien judges, their crimes laid bare for all to see. And as the verdict was read, condemning them to a lifetime of imprisonment and restitution, Xyloth stepped forward, his head bowed in contrition. "We were wrong," he said, his voice heavy with emotion. "We thought ourselves superior to the humans, and in our arrogance, we sought to control and exploit them. But we underestimated their strength, their resilience, and their unbreakable spirit. We should never have defied Earth, and now we must pay the price for our folly." As the Zorgan leaders were led away in chains, a new era dawned for the galaxy. The human-Zorgan war had ended, but the scars it had left would take generations to heal. And yet, there was hope. For in the aftermath of the conflict, a new alliance had been forged between humans and those Zorgans who had fought against the tyranny of their own leaders. Together, they would work to rebuild what had been lost, and to create a future in which all species could live in peace and harmony. It would not be an easy task, for the wounds of war ran deep, but with the same determination and ingenuity that had carried them through their darkest hour, they would persevere. As Lena and Ethan stood hand in hand, watching the sun rise over a world forever changed, they knew that they had been a part of something greater than themselves. They had fought for the future of their species, and in doing so, they had helped to shape the destiny of the galaxy itself. And as they looked to the stars, they knew that whatever challenges lay ahead, they would face them together, united by the bonds of love, friendship, and the unbreakable human spirit. The end.